Hello, everyone. Welcome to my podcast. I am Becky, and I can be found as Becky Burns Gibson on Pinterest, Instagram, and Ravelry. So today is going to be just a catch up of what all has been going on. And there's going to be quite a bit of content because I haven't podcasted in the last 6 months. So I wanted to address where I've been the past 6 months. My family and I have moved from the suburbs to the country. And we're about an hour and a half away from where we used to live. And I absolutely love it. We're completely happy living out here in the country. But unfortunately, we lost our precious dog, Jericho. And we spent every moment together for 9 years. So to heal our broken hearts, we got 2 puppies. And I have been bringing up those puppies for the last 6 months, and they have taken up most of my time. But I have made quite a few acquisitions, and I have worked on quite a few projects in the past 6 months. So I wanted to share those with you, including my visit to the Smoky Mountain Fiber Arts Festival in Townsend, Tennessee this year, which is 2023. Oh, I had the best time at the Smoky Mountain Fiber Arts Festival. There were so many vendors, and they had such good products. I made quite a few purchases there, and while I was there, I visited the Smoky Mountain Spinnery in Gatlinburg. So the Smoky Mountain Spinnery was a good experience. It's in downtown Gatlinburg, and it's right off of the strip. So you have no trouble parking or anything like that. And it was just a wonderful shop. I hope to be able to visit again soon. I was able to try out several spinning wheels while I was there. And I have my heart set on 2 spinning wheels to purchase in the future. The Magicraft Rose and the Kromsky Minstrel. Both have a lot of options, and both are very easy to spin on. The Magicraft Rose was just like spinning. It almost treadled itself once you got it started. And it has a Delta flyer, and it has a tube orifice flyer. I'm not going to be using the Delta flyer ever. I just hated that thing. It didn't work with my particular type of spinning, which usually I enjoy long draw spinning. And you just can't do that very easily on a Delta flyer. But I was very happy when I got home and did some research and found that the Magicraft out of the box also comes with a tube orifice, which is my preference. And of course you can buy many different types of flyers and flyer heads for the Magicraft Rose. The Kromsky Minstrel was just easy to spin. It was wonderful. I just can't wait to make that purchase. Okay, so I'm going to begin with a recent project that I have completed. It is the Bobble hat, BAA-BLE hat. And I haven't blocked it yet, but look how pretty it is. I bought the kit off of Paradise Fiber's website. And I'm going to have a lot I'm going to have a lot of yarn left over. There are 2 kits for this pattern on Paradise Fibers website with different yarns. So I used Cascade yarns. Cascade 220. So this is how much, look at all that yarn that's left over from this project. I'm going to enjoy that. And I have a pom-pom that I'm going to attach after I get the, after I block it. It's going to be really pretty. I tried it on last night and it fits really well. Okay, one project that I have been working on well, I've spent a lot of time on it. It is the Let Go sweater by Hoagie Locatelli. And you know, Hoagie Locatelli, any pattern by Hoagie Locatelli is just wonderful. And this has been a very, you can't tell a lot by the picture because it's in a dark blue, so it doesn't show up. Cable work doesn't show up as well in the pictures in the Interpretations Volume 3 book. Hope you can see these cables. I was not comfortable with cables when I started this project, but I am very, very comfortable with cables now. And then here are the, if you notice, there are increases down the front of this sweater. So I have finished the body and I'm working on one sleeve. And I use my die craft needles on the body, and I'm using a new pair of signature needles. They are a size US 6, which is a 4.0 millimeter needle, and I had them engraved with my name, Becky Burns Gibson. So these were just, they were terribly expensive, and they were just a wonderful gift to myself. These double pointed needles from Signature Needle Arts. And I also have another set of Signature Needle Arts needles that I ordered, double pointed needles, and they are a size US 7, a 4.5 millimeter needle, and I also had these engraved with my name. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's got my name on it. Okay, let's see. One of the acquisitions that I made while I was in Townsend, Tennessee at the Smoky Mountain Fiber Arts Festival, the first booth that I went to was Gnomish Fiberworks. And I walked all the way through the festival, and I returned back to her. her vendor setup, and I purchased the first set of yarn that I actually looked at. Gnomish Fiber Works had the best looking yarn, I thought, at the whole festival. So I bought a sweater's worth to make the Love Note sweater. And the Love Note sweater is by Tin Can Knits. And it takes 3 of the fingering weight and 3 of the lace weight. The fingering weight is 459 yards, 100 gram skein. And I bought 3 of those. They're 100% Peruvian Highland wool. And the lace weight is 72% kid mohair and 28% silk. So the Love Note has you hold these together when you knit, and you use a size 10 needle. So it reportedly it knits up very quickly, and I'm really looking forward to making it, because I'm really looking forward to wearing it, because it's just beautiful and it has a nice halo effect because of the mohair. The only problem I had was picking out what color. She had so many pretty colors in her booth. Let's see, of projects in the works, I have also been working on the coping hat. And I do not have that book with me to show you, but it is a cabled hat, and I'm making it for my daughter-in-law. So I don't know if you can see the cables or not in the camera. So that is in the works. Okay, let's see. Other acquisitions that I made at the Smoky Mountain Fiber Arts Festival. I purchased 2 cakes of 100% combed organic cotton. They are 28 grams, 120 yards each, and they're by a Pecalet Valley Fiber Company. And it's Southern Bells fingering, and I bought the color number 2 HB gray. And then I bought 2 of those, and I bought 1 of the Shelby Blues. You can see that. And she had a hat already made up out of this yarn. And she had made up out of a pattern that I had in my queue on Ravelry already, which is the Alaska hat. And it made up a beautiful hat. The colors and the sunset on the hat were just beautiful. So this is going to make a beautiful hat. And I purchased this this project bag also at the festival. I just love that. And there's sheep on the other side. It's a very well made bag. It has flannel on the inside, which I enjoy. So, by way of fiber, I purchased 4 bats. They are art bats. One of the art bats is by Weave Vital, and the name is Carrie Francis. And then 3 of them are from Farmhouse Fiberworks Fiber Studio, who is Jody Savage. So these 2 have greens and purples, and I plan to spin them individually and then ply them together. And then these 2 have pinks, yellows, blues, peach. I just thought these were exceptionally pretty. And I may wait and hold these until I get my new spinning wheel. I bought these mohair locks. They were $4 a bag. And part of the reason I was so excited about them, not only are the colors very bright and beautiful, but this is the cleanest these are the cleanest locks that I have found. Usually there's vegetable matter still in the locks, even after they dye them. But these are very clean. So I was very excited about these. I'll probably do some core spinning with these. And they're all sort of the same types of colors. Very deep purples, oranges, and yellows. Okay, while I was at the Smoky Mountain Spinnery, I purchased 2 balls of sock yarn. This is bamboo pop sock. And I just bought them because they were beautiful and very, very soft. They are 55% bamboo, 37% cotton, and 8% PBT. I don't know what PBT is, but I don't even see the colorway on this. Well, it doesn't matter. Beautiful sock yarn. And I also purchased Elimani Eco Llama. They are 100-gram skeins, 3.5 ounce, 402 yards, and they are 100% baby llama. And I plan to use these as part of a Pierre shawl by Stephen West. I just need to gather up some coordinating yarn to use when I make that Pierre shawl. Also at the Smoky Mountain Spinnery, I purchased some Ashford hand combs. I'm sorry, they're not combs, they're carders, hand carders. And they're 72 PPSI. So they are for your standard wools. They are not for cotton and alpaca. And they come disassembled, so I'll have to get my husband to put these together. And what's exciting is while I was at the Townsend Fiber Arts Festival, I purchased a whole fleece for $30. and they sheared the sheep in front of me. And it was a border Leicester sheep. And if you'll wait just 1 second, I'm going to run out to the garage and get the fleece. So this is an entire fleece for $30. And I can't wait to wash it, card it, and spin it. And I'll have more than a sweater's worth when I'm finished. But just look at the crimp in these locks. That is a beautiful fleece, and look how long the locks are. Look at that. I can't believe I got this fleece for $30. I would have paid $200 for it. It's such a good fleece. It's so springy. The lock structure is so good. I just can't wait. Oh, the lanolin is on my fingers now since I've been playing with this. Now, when I got home from the Fiber Arts Festival, I had a few packages. To open. I purchased all of the interpretations books, volume 4, I purchased volume 5, but it's in another project bag. Volume 6. These are Hoagie Locatelli and Vera Valimaki's pattern books. Interpretations Volume 7. Interpretations Volume 8. So I now have all of the interpretations books except for Volumes 1 and 2. Volumes 1 and 2 are out of print, and they are very hard to get your hands on. I would love to have volumes 1 and 2. So what I might do is I might just go out to the to Hoagie Locatelli's website and download a digital copy of volumes 1 and 2 so that I have all of them. So I also purchased Yarn Substitutions Made Easy because this is a highly recommended book. I haven't read much of it yet, but it's supposed to be very useful. I purchased Selbu mittens. Over 500 charts and 35 classic patterns. So I can make about any kind of mitten with very nice motifs. I also purchased the Principles of Knitting because it is a highly recommended book for knitters. I have not read much of it yet, but it does come highly recommended. During a recent trip to Joann's Fabric, I purchased the spin-off Spring 2023 issue, and I purchased a book by Marianne Fons and Liz Porter of Fons and Porter's Love of Quilting. and it is the Quilter's Complete Guide. And I plan to use this and some of the templates that are in this book to make some more exciting quilts. One of the other purchases that I made is a set of Knitter's Pride zine double pointed needles. And I purchased these specifically because they remind me of the Signature Needle Arts needles. I really can't afford an entire set of Signature Needle Arts double pointed sock needles. So these are the next best thing. And you know, the tips may be a little bit better on the Signature Needle Arts needles. The taper may be longer and the points may be sharper, but these are close enough, and I do like the Signature Needle Arts needles. I already have taken out a size 3 to use in a project, but these have size 0 through size US 0 through US 3. For Mother's Day, my daughter bought me just a very, very good Mother's Day present. And so did my son, my oldest son. He purchased me this box, and I'm using it to store the crochet hooks. She also got me some thread snips and some tapestry needles and some stitch markers. So she bought me these crochet hooks, and they go from size 2.5 millimeters all the way up to 5.5 milliliters. And they just have these wonderful ceramic handles that are just decorated so cute. So she really done a good job on Mother's Day this year. Here I have some fabric acquisitions. I purchased this beautiful velvet from Joann's Fabrics. So I went in the store and they had this velvet hanging. You know, Joann's always have their fabric on, you know, the large pieces of cardboard. But these they had hanging on hangers. And I wanted some that had not been handled by others very much. So I went home and ordered it off of the website. And because I ordered a whole bolt of it, I got 15% off. As well, I had a coupon, and I think that I used a 50% off coupon on this. So during a trip to Joann's, I purchased this lining fabric, and I plan to make a leather coat and use this as the lining. And I'm so excited about it. I just don't know whether I want to use leather, actual leather, or if I want to use faux leather. Because faux leather will make a more perfect coat than genuine leather. Genuine leather, because it comes off the animal, it has some imperfections on the hides that you buy. As well, they're not square because Cows are not square. And I really don't know how many hides to order. I think I may need to order 2 hides so that I can work around the bad spots in the leather, and so that I can cut a coat's worth out of it. We'll see. We'll see if I want to attempt real leather or not, or if I'll just do faux leather. Probably depends on what type of deal I can get. It will be a new experience for me working with leather. So this I found at Joann's Fabrics, and I wanted some that had not been handled by the public, so I came home and purchased an entire bolt of this fabric from Joann's website. And this is by Yaya Han. It's a fabric by Yaya Han. And I plan to make one of the, I can't remember the pattern number, but it's one of Gertie's patterns that's a mandarin collar, and it has the, I can't remember what you call those. Wait a minute, I've got them in here. Okay, they are called frog closures. Let's put up here. Let's see, it takes 2. So I'm excited about this, making this dress. And I have wanted to buy Lady McElroy, M-C-E-L-R-O-Y, McElroy. Cobra Corsage, since I saw it on Kittenish Behavior's YouTube channel. She makes a lot of garments out of the Cobra Corsage, and there are several different colors that this is printed on, that this design is printed on. I want to also buy the Chantilly cream. This is cotton lawn, by the way, and I want to buy the Chantilly cream cotton lawn. As well, I want to buy the viscose in jade green. So I think that will make a beautiful shirt. This is going to be a beautiful dress, and cotton lawn feels so much different than quilting cotton. I'm so used to using quilting cotton, but this has just a very luxury feel to it, and it's going to make a really good dress. It's going to have a good drape to it. So one of the other packages that I had when I came home from the Fiber Arts Festival, I purchased from Waywack. And they are Perform X waxed silicone skeins for hand sewing. So these replace silk thread for hand sewing. So I bought dark navy, light gray, black. Well, that was attractive. White and khaki. And what you do with these, you tear off the bottom, and you have, these are individual pieces of thread that you pull out, and they're just long enough that you need for hand sewing. And they're waxed so they don't knot up on you while you're doing your hand sewing. I also purchased from Joann's Fabrics. I bought it online and had it delivered. This rooster cross stitch kit, and I don't know if I'm going to keep this for myself because I do like roosters, and I do like this, the way this rooster looks. I don't know if I'll keep it for myself or if I'll give it to my daughter-in-law because she also likes roosters. So we'll see. This is all that I've gotten done on it so far. I usually do it when my husband and I are watching TV. Yeah, that's all I've gotten done. It doesn't look like much right now, but it will when I get it finished. Okay, just a moment. I purchased from Emmeline Bags the Necessary Clutch Wallet pattern. The pattern is by Emmeline Bags. And I'm very excited about the fabric that I purchased to make the clutch wallet, the Necessary Clutch Wallet. This is the exterior fabric that I'm going to use. And this is the interior fabric that I'm going to use. And this is the fabric I'm going to use for the card slots. I'm so excited about this. Again, I saw Kittenish Behavior make the Necessary Clutch Wallet and several other bags from Emmeline Bag Company. And I also have the interfacing that you're supposed to use. I purchased the hardware, of course, that you use in making the bag, and I purchased, look at this huge spool of thread. This is in the color Gulf Teal, and of course it perfectly matches the fabric. And I did not know I was buying a $25.99 spool of thread, and I did not know that it was huge. I thought I was buying a little spool of thread. But now I have lots of Tex 70, which is typically used for bags and upholstery. So I have lots of Tex 70 Gulf Teal thread to use in the future. Okay, one of the other purchases that I have made was inspired by a trip to Joann's Fabrics, because I saw this beautiful blue, navy blue yarn by Peyton's Classic Wool Worsted. It's a 3.5 ounce skein of yarn. It's 100% pure new wool. It's 194 yards. And I can't remember how many I purchased, but I purchased an entire sweater's worth of this beautiful yarn. And I purchased it online because she didn't have the quantity that I needed in store. And I did use a coupon. And I'm going to make, with this yarn, the Edie pullover. See, I don't want to show something I'm not supposed to show. I'll just show you the picture of it. It's going to make a beautiful, beautiful sweater. I just can't wait. And I love the feel of the Peyton's yarn. It's not scratchy or anything. It's really a good feeling yarn, and it's an affordable price for a sweater's worth. Especially when you also use a coupon to buy it with. And that pattern is in the Wood Smoke Cable Collection by Knit Picks. Now, as future knitting, here's the Interpretations Volume 5 book. In future knitting plans, I plan to make a sweater by Hoagie Locatelli. And I'm looking for it. Okay, I am going to make the Glacier Tunic because I think that this sweater will be good knit as a fade sweater, so that I can use several different skeins of yarn and fade them into one another. Now, at the Smoky Mountain Fiber Arts Festival, I did purchase Gnomish Fiber Works Arakeen sock, which is 75% superwash BFL wool and 25% nylon. Oh, these are beautiful together. Look at that. So this will be part of the fade. These are some existing skeins of yarn that I had. So this will be at the top of the sweater, and this will fade into these dyed in the wool spin cycle yarn skeins. So this one will fade into that, which will fade into this color, okay, which will fade into this color, maybe this color, well that was, let's see, okay, and then it will fade into this color and then this color. So that will be my sweater. And all of this yarn is fingering weight. There are several projects, future projects in this bag. And they're all out of sock yarn shawls too. Okay, I'm going to make the Demeter shawl. And I'm going to make it out of this Rooster Delightful lace. And I'm going to make flow. Let's see. Okay. First, let me show you Earth and Sky. I'm going to make Earth and Sky, and I'm going to make it out of these two skeins of yarn that I purchased at Hobby Lobby. They are Yarn Bee Authentic Hand-Dyed Tonal. We've got dark denim and Sabori blue. And I think this will make a very beautiful Earth and Sky shawl. And then I'm going to make the flow shawl. And I'm going to use some cashmere yarn. Instead of the green, I'm going to use this cashmere yarn that's pinks, whites, and yellows. And then I'm going to use yellow for the brown part. I think it's going to be really pretty. And I've been needing to use that cashmere yarn for a long time. I've had it a long time. I paid a lot of money for it. And I just have not found the perfect use for it until now. So I am going to make the Tecumseh sweater by Caitlin Hunter. I love this sweater. The first time I saw it was on Tracy Lou's YouTube channel. It's called the Passionate Spinner Podcast. She was making this sweater, and I just thought it was wonderful. And this is going to be the main color of the sweater. It is a tweed. It is 85% merino and 15% net. And then this will be where the picture has the gold. I'm going to use this brown. And where the picture has the blue, I'm going to use this blue. So this will be my sweater. And I do have a sweater's worth. Okay, I am already working on a sweater. I haven't got a lot done on it yet. This is all I've gotten done so far. Let's show you how the colors are working out. I'm making Lion Brand Jiffy, Best in a Jiffy. This is what I'm making. And I'm making it out of a combo spin that I did. I learned to do combo spins from the Passionate Spinner on the Passionate Spinner podcast. She has a tutorial on combo spins. How you take fiber braids that are different and you combine them in such a way that they look like they belong together. And you can spin a sweater's worth with different braids of fiber. I just think I did a great job on this. I really did a great job on it. I've already started knitting out of this one. And I just think they're wonderful. Wonderful for a sweater quantity. I don't have quite a sweater's quantity. I have a sweater vest quantity, which is why I'm doing the vest in a jiffy. Okay, I have to get up to reach my other two bags. Okay, now one of the purchases that I've recently made is knitting the Outlander series. And I was so inspired by this book that I started watching from the beginning, the Outlander series. And oh my goodness, I'm just addicted to it. I watch it practically every night. And I'm already in season 5. And I will say that there's a lot of sexy scenes in the Outlander. So if you're put off by that, don't bother watching it, because there are a lot of sexy times in the series. But as far as the storyline goes, it's just a wonderful storyline, and I think it's particularly written for women. It doesn't seem like it's anything a guy would like to watch, but I think has been very popular among women. And the more I watch it, the more I want to knit what I see in the series. So I'm going to make a lot of things in this book, but I don't have yarn for everything yet, so we'll just talk about what I have yarn for. So I'm going to make this cape. It's called the Gathering Cape, which I do remember seeing in the series. And I'm going to use Zen Yarn Garden. I purchased this when I was in Destin, Florida, at the Destin Yarn Shop. And let's see, the colorway is Agate. It's 75% superwash merino and 15% cashmere and 10% silk. It's Zen Yarn Garden Serenity Silk Single. Oh gosh, and it's beautiful. She had just a bunch of yarn thrown out on the table that she was trying to get to like match up for projects, and I saw this and I bought all that she had. This is all that she had. It's just enough for a little cape. This is Barocco Ariel. It is 65% mohair and 35% silk. So I'm going to hold these together to make this gathering cape. Oh, and I think it's going to be beautiful. Okay, I'm going to make the Pinguino by Stephen West. The Pinguino is a really good project to use up a lot of your hand spun, because it is a very attractive sweater, and it is sort of edgy. It's sort of an edgy sweater. Let me find it. This is in the Stephen West. It's called West Knits, Best Knits, number 2, which is sweaters. Some of his work is a little too edgy for me, but you can make it as edgy or as mainstream as you would like by using different colorations of yarn. Okay, this is the Pinguino. Let's see if I'm showing you the best picture. Okay. And here's a picture of the Pinguino. It is made from bulky weight yarn, but the way that the pattern is written, you can make it out of, here's another picture of it. You can make it out of bulky weight, or you can hold together different strands of yarns of different sizes to equal bulky weight. And you can really get creative with this sweater. I'm really looking forward to seeing what my hand spun will look like in this sweater. So here's some hand spun I'm going to use. Here's some hand spun I'm going to use. Here's some. Here's some really pretty hand spun. This is Baby Llama and Tussa Silk. It's going to be great. And then I'm going to also put in some commercial yarn, because it's the right size. Like, here's big twist yarn. I've got a little bit left over. Here's some yarn that I can hold double to make it bulky. I've got a little bit left over. This is, I love this Wool's Natural, and it's bulky weight, and I think that the colors will go well with what I already have here, as well as this Alpaca Twist Yarn Bee, 100%, 90% acrylic, 10% alpaca. So, you know, if I come up with some more sort of hand spun, I may add it in. You know, everybody's Pinguino is going to look different because of the hand spun and the different yarns that you can hold together to make up a bulky weight yarn. I'm really looking forward to using my hand spun, because that is, after all, part of what we make it for, is to use. Sometimes it can be a little hard to find uses for it because you know, they're just not traditional off-the-shelf commercial yarn. They're kind of unique. Each skein is kind of unique. The only thing I have left, let's see. The only thing I have left to show is this quilt. Sorry you can't see all of it, but if you go to my Instagram, I have a picture. I've made the quilt top. And this is the hourglass quilt. And I have taped myself making this quilt top. And I will be putting out a tutorial on how to make this quilt, all the way from fabric selection through binding off the quilt. So it's going a little slow. I have finished the quilt top. I need to purchase the batting and backing so that I can finish it. And I think I'm going to give it to my neighbor across the street, because she's a very generous person. And she's a very, very nice neighbor. And I just appreciate her. So I think I'm going to give her this quilt. You know, to me, quilts are to give away. They just are. I mean, I'd like to make a quilt that I keep at some point, but quilts are just for giving to people. You know, they're love. There's a lot of love that goes into a quilt, and they're a great way to show love to people is by giving them a quilt, something they can put on their bed to keep themselves warm, something that's pretty to look at, that they know was made just for them. So that's part of what brings me happiness about quilting. I guess that's all that I have to show today. I'm sorry that I haven't podcast in 6 months, but you know, you can understand why. You know, moving to a new house, there's a lot to that. All the showings and all the things that go along with moving, getting unpacked, getting settled in, and then, you know, with my dog dying, it was just devastated us. And then I've been bringing up these 2 puppies, and they're just wonderful, but I have one of the puppies has a taste for drywall, and I've already had to patch up one of my walls because she chewed a hole in it. And then I have another bookshelf that she chewed the drywall off of it while we were watching TV and not keeping a good eye on her. So she has to have 100% be supervised 100% of the time. But they are very wonderful puppies, and I'm thankful to God for them because, you know, they have done a really good job of healing my broken heart over losing my dog. Anyway, that's just a little bit of a look into my life, and thank you for hanging with me today as I showed you everything that's been going on the past 6 months. And we'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye.